What is going on, guys? We are back with another video, and we are doing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, of course, this is a fantasy rebuild, so I get to do what I want, when I want. We're not doing the, updated rosters on this one. We'll do whatever we do when we do it. And looking at this today, looking at this team, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. I always kind of thought of the Buccaneers as a team with a good defense that was young, but all I'm seeing right now is a decent defense, and I'm not really seeing a team that's very young. So next week, Thursday, of course, which is the draft, gonna have a special little video out, so, hit 500 likes, maybe it'll be out extra early that day. But just like the video if you enjoyed it. If you don't, whatever. Hope you guys enjoy. That's the most important thing. So, speak to you in the live com. We do see Quan Alexander here, who I believe does go up pretty high as a safety. Don't know if that's going to be our move. Beckwith, who of course is a rookie, a little on the slower side. What's his coverage stats? Could make his way as a middle linebacker. Of course, Levante David will be here for the rest of the rebuild no matter what. Even if he's 30, 31, don't matter to me. Going to take a look at some free agency. Shouldn't be anyone here that really changes this squad. Really going to be looking to get younger. And if can do that, we're going to just be trading players that I don't think have much potential for draft picks. So if we throw in Chris Conte and TJ Ward, we get about a quarter of the way, which isn't really exactly what we're looking for at the moment. Although apparently Elliott, who is technically the better of the two, and all, if you think about it completely, is easier to get. So Chris Baker, a third this and a sixth next year. All that amazing talent for just some 22-year-old 95 overall scrub, So let's see if we can get a guy like Adam Thielen for cheaper than, obviously someone like Diggs. Let's see. So you guys can see that it was like about a little less than a quarter. So Diggs is easier to get than Thielen. This is why some of the moves I make are so similar to the others, because EA has no sense of value. How is Diggs more value or less valuable than other guy I thought I forgot about already? We're not playing this game. We're getting a new player. Now, in all fairness, this is actually not that bad of a move. TJ Ward, a fourth this and a sixth this for Marvin Jones and get it on, who is, I think, 27. I mean, that's not actually half bad. I wanted somebody that could be solid for right now. Obviously, Godwin is going to be a starter. Usually does pretty well for us. And Sim, I think we're good at the wide receiver position. Tight end, I think O.J. Howard should be the starter. So when I think something, usually forget what I'm saying, and then I go on to something else. Look at this crap right here. What is this? Trade Chris Conte, Ryan Fitzpatrick in a fifth round this year for the first pick overall from the Browns. Was trying to get Marcus Peters or Chris Jones. Both were inches away each time, and none of them went, so screw that. Now it's time to thief off the Colts, who pretty much have nobody. You know what, though? We might actually try Jabal Sheard. Can we get Jabal Sheard for Doug? Really? Who do they think Jabal Sheard is? Some, 26-year-old beast. I don't know why 26 would be that much different. Maybe Jonathan Hankins, but other than that, really nothing. Oh, Jesus. Doug Martin and Jacquizz Rodgers for a first round from the Colts. There we go. Golston and Takalakalakola. Sorry, bro. For Carl Joseph. Tui Kolovatu. That actually sounds pretty damn legit. So I'm going to say that that's actually his name. Unless it isn't, then I'm sorry, bro. Oh, well, okay. So Justin Evans in a fourth next year for Hudson, who I would rather have DeCastro, but of course that move didn't work, which it usually does, but not today. Okay, that's not bad. Deshaun Jackson, a second this and a third next for Darius Slay, giving us a decent core. Just good enough to do things, in a good way. DB's looking actually not completely horrendous. If he doesn't give me this seventh. Thank you. Donovan Smith in a fifth next for Willis in a seventh next. And they don't. Hawley, Sanborn, and Lightkey for Incognito. I could have went better, probably, honestly. That's also the second American way. Not putting too much effort into it, so you let yourself down. Might have overtraded, but Cameron Brate, Adam Humphries, and Charles Sims III for Adrian Amos, or Amos. First pick, 11, 7th next, and McLean for the Jets' first round pick. It's ironic because, even though I feel like we did do a damn good job, like I said, we're still missing a little bit. Offensive lineman, we never really settled that. So we still need to draft one or scout one guy here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Free agency is being reached. Perry Riley is being a backup middle linebacker. And then we're going to go with Nick Mangold because we're going to give him a Super Bowl ring. So this is the roster we're going to be going into the first season with. Of course, if you're new to the channel and you don't watch these, I do at least 3 seasons. I try to aim for 3 because I feel like any more, it will... One more time, Perry, I swear to God. I feel like any more, and it's not even a rebuild at that point. It's okay, you finally did it. Congrats. Plus, it's a good cutoff point, so I'm not, doing each rebuild for like 10 hours. So, that's also one of my thoughts and priorities, is to not be doing one video for 10 hours. And I'm not talking about editing and all that. I mean, like, recording, whatever. Whatever. You get it. Please, Beckwith, start for the regular season and also switch the scheme, okay? Those are the 2 things you have to do, Beckwith. You personally switch the damn scheme. It says we're in a 4-3. We won our first game. We lost to the Bears. Okay. Draft story. So we have Devan Gardner, strong safety, and Albert Dell, who's some sort of fast guy. Some sort of speedy dude. So Albert Dell. Whoa, wait a minute. Is that not the guy? I mean, I think that's the guy, but did it not say he was like a speed guy? At 6'6"? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. I mean, wide receiver is still on our, thought pattern. Albert Dell, that's the wide receiver. What? No way. Let's take one more look, because I just don't believe it. No way. This guy could be one of the best players we've ever seen, if any of it's true. We have a halfback, O.J. Starling, winning the Heisman, which is not bad. Let me know, guys, if you guys do rebuilds or you just play in general, do you look at any of the other stories, or do you just look at that main story? You haven't run? No, I haven't. Definitely have not done that. It's not true. He's not been collected. But yeah, I only just look at the superstar stuff, obviously. So we definitely could use a DT as well. McDonald is a bit on the old side, and Gerald McCoy, from a fantasy standpoint, probably not the best bet anymore. Week 17, and for the first time all season, I'm looking at the re-signings, and lucky for us, I am not going to miss a thing here. Brent Grimes, if we do re-sign him, will be an after-the-season type deal, and here we go on to the playoffs. Did we make it? No. We were 7-9. Tom Brady is the MVP. 7-9. That's a slightly better record than the Jets. So, at least hopefully. I mean, they were 2-7 at one point. If we go any worse than that, I'd be devastated. I'm not going to look though because I don't want to spoil our picks. Passing wise, Winston wasn't the greatest. Ezekiel Elliott was pretty solid. Receiving threats, Howard had 6 touchdowns. Godwin was actually pretty solid. So if anyone's going to be the best on the team, I'm glad it was him. Defensively, sack total. Willis actually had 12. Ayers with 13. McCoy with 7.5. Pick totals, 5 for Slay, 3 for Joseph, 2 for Beckwith. Not bad. Kicking, Patrick Murray was rough, even though I didn't choose him as the kicker at all. Kick returner, Chris Godwin had 1. Punt return, he had 1. So he actually might have quite a bit of XP. At least, hopefully. 14th offense, which is actually not bad at all, considering it seemed like we didn't really score that many points. Defense was pretty bad, though. MVP, nope. What about any of the other awards? Maybe Offensive Rookie of the Year? Godwin was number 7, really? Defensive Rookie of the Year, Ken Lindell, Beckwith. Thank you for 1 award. That's all I wanted in life. Look at the Eagles. 4 of the top 5. They're 4 out of 5 out of the top 10. I mean, that was a lot to say. Brandon Flowers was the best DB for the Packers. That's always cool. Of course, we didn't make it, but we can still see what we're looking at. And Godwin only has 4K XP. I love it. Gotta love when your season's a bust. Willis was okay. Beckwith had 38K. He, of course, was a starter. It's just last second they put Perry Riley ahead of him. Of course, no real need to do any of the XP now. None of the guys are even going to need a re-sign, so it's not even a sleaze standpoint. It's a there's no point standpoint. Re-signings. Perry Riley, no. I almost called him Nick Perry. Nick Mangold, no. Brent Grimes retired. Clifton McDonald, no. Are any of these guys going to get a contract? I don't think so. Unless they don't want a bonus, like Pat O'Connor over here. I'll actually give him a bonus because he doesn't care. But a lot of these guys won't get deals at all. And it's pretty obvious why. So with about 50 mil, what can we spend it on? LeGarrette Blunt is a guy we could spend it on. William Hayes. Sharif Floyd at the age of 26 and Quick Dev would be nice, but Redskins are willing to pay him as one of the best, if not the best, defensive tackle in the entire league. Call me crazy, but I don't think that's in our market. We could afford it. Will we afford it? Hell to the no. Adrian Peterson, what his stats looking like? Adrian Peterson's still pretty solid. I'll give him a shot, 33 years old, who cares, Said twice, so obviously it's a big deal. What about Albert? Oh, I might have to make that move. Long Lane, not a bad player either. Where's Saunders? Saunders ran a 4.48, you lying bastards. The liars are always lying. I don't know what that even means, but free agents, how do we not get the likes of Flowers or Lutz? I'll never know. So this is the fastest guy, ran a 4.3. Not really great, though. None of the late round guys are good, so like I said, comes down to Marvin. So can we look at Marvin Jones? Marvin Jones is still an 89 overall. Normal dev. Is he going to need a contract? I guess he's not going to regress yet. Contract, he's still pretty much perfect. He's like right now, he's actually in almost the perfect position for us. But damn, that wide receiver looks so good. Can we really pass on him? Thank God Incognito didn't retire, by the way. He's a trooper. The cornerback is one of our biggest needs. I know we got Flowers, but I'm not feeling it. Need a new DT. That pass rusher should be good. Ayers is good enough to start anyways. Let's take a look, though. What do we have? Damn, we don't even have close to number one. We had 3 first rounds, and they were number 7, 8, and 9. Jets have number 15, so they didn't really lose too much. It really didn't cost us much, though. Marvin Jones and a second round next year for the first overall pick, in which obviously we will be selecting Albert Dell. Speed might be a little on the lower side, but that's all right with me. Oh, actually really fast. 90. I reached. You're telling me one of the greatest wide receiver prospects I've ever seen. I reached. 96 jumping. That was probably the highest jumping I've ever seen on a rookie prospect. 93 excel, 94 excel, 93 agility, 90 speed. He's an amazing talent. I don't know what the hell they're on, but I'm happy we did trade up for him. It wasn't Le'Veon, but I actually kind of like that Le'Veon guy now. Devan Gardner, we know is superstar dev, so he should be good. 80 overall, we landed a great player. Amos will be moving to cornerback. We might have one more pick up here, though. So we trade Robert Ayers, pick number 9, TJ Jones, for number 17 and 39 in this draft. Did I make a wrong decision there? Oh, no, I made the right decision. Yeah, that was the right one. Because I gained a second round, I'm losing Robert Ayers, and that's it. Super fast, great player. Normal dev, once again, really shocking, but probably the best pass rusher in this draft class. Leads Francis Mons. I'm taking him right away. 78 overall, normal dev. Thought he'd be a little bit better. Been talking about him for ages. I know they've been talking bad for the most part, but still a good player. Probably going to start, right? Maybe. As a running back, Curtis McCoy, and he is actually quite possibly the best power back I've ever seen drafted. I know that trucking's a little low, but you could probably force that to 88 to 90 pretty quickly. I did not see his excel and all that. But like I said, that's actually one of the best guys I've ever seen, power back-wise. It's actually one of our best drafts as well. Good trucking. His agility is a little low, but that's amazing for a power back in the draft. The first one being this center, Mario Gonzalez. Please be decent. 74 overall, but quick, so a great player, actually, just bad awareness, maybe bad injury as well. And now with a linebacker that honestly don't even know if he's going to start. Sherrod Slaughter, And I'm kind of glad he was like that because that's it's a really interesting player because normally a guy like that would probably have slow dev, but they definitely intended this guy to be a really nice steal late that you can develop. I know we took 4 on the verse, but they were all worth it. Albert Dell, amazing wide receiver, top 3 now of the year. I'd put him behind Harrison and other guy. Don't remember his name. Gardner, a great safety, a little on the shorter side, but perfect fit at free safety. Fisher Shepard, new DT. Rodman Cole, sadly normal, but new defensive end. Francis Mons, new lineman. Curtis McCoy, new number 2. Sorry, Peterson. Mario Gonzalez, quick dev, new lineman as well. And then Slaughter, new backup. Superstar dev, great player. Here we go. Jimmy Castaneda, 87 speed. That's not close to what he should have. Going on to year 2, I think we did well in the draft. I don't think we have a lot of depth, though. So we definitely need to work on that real quick. But yeah, for the most part, we did a damn good job in the draft. Dell will probably be number 2. Maybe number 1, actually. I don't know. How tall is Godwin? 6'1". Oh, I don't know, I guess. That's going to be the move. Offensive line, they almost did it. They almost got us to where we wanted to go. Gonzalez, though, obviously we want to start somewhere. Defense, obviously Shepard's going to be playing DT number 2. Rodman Cole at left end. So lots of moves need to be done. But I think we did a good enough job of drafting to the point where we don't have to get anyone new. Oh, my Lord. Get anyone new. I don't know if this is the best rookie fullback ever, but he's definitely the highest overall I've ever seen. 87 overall. You trade Ryan Griffin and a 15th pick for the Bears, 6th. Show you the team, and we'll be already right into it, I think. So this is the lineup. Offensive line did get a little worse, but it's younger, so at least we have, a couple guys actually developing. Howard was completely useless, did not gain, any XP on the season at all. Godwin at number 2. Dell at number 3, apparently. This is what we're going to rock with, and I guess I'm okay with it. McCoy at number 2, Winston at number 1. We still have to use some XP, obviously. I haven't touched any of that. Back with it, middle linebacker. We should have a middle linebacker core of a base 86, probably. Gardner at free safety, of course. Amos moving to a cornerback, so we have 2 top-tier corners now. Shepard goes all the way up to an 84 at DT, and his backup, Willie Foster, moves to an 78 overall DT, number 3. Cole at 82 overall right end. Willis at 83 at left end. And yeah, we're looking with a lot more potential, and we're hoping to at least make the playoffs this year. So Mike Evans needs a contract amongst others, I would assume. Adrian Amos. Winston needs a contract now. That's actually very, very helpful. Brandon Flowers has quick dev. Some of the other guys I knew about, but not Brandon. So Jameis at an 84 overall wants a 4-year deal worth $50 million. What a steal. Same with Mike Evans as well, to be honest. Let's go with a 6-year deal from Mike. Adrian Amos, he's 25. We'll give him a 5-year deal as well. Not really as well, but you know what I mean. And then we'll move on from there. We also have the draft stories. We have an outside linebacker, Cedric Marshall, and a running back, Darian Stewart. So I waited a little long after upgrading Jameis a little bit, and now Jameis wants 4 years for $67 million. That's cool. We'll give him a 6-year deal on that. I'm happy. I'm happy he gets to make more money off of us. That's always fun. Ali Marpit. We did upgrade him recently, too. That's also very cool. Richie, 1 year. Could, but probably not. Simming to the playoffs. We've done all right. Have we done well enough, though? And we didn't. 9-7. I'm pretty sure the last time I did the Buccaneers, it was a realistic, and it was my worst ever. I don't know. Maybe the Buccaneers are just screwed. So we lost 4 of the last 5. That's my dream in life, and that's, we succeeded that dream by quite a bit. Jameis is doing, his touchdowns and picks was better, but his yards not doing better. Elliott was okay. Curtis McCoy was okay. Receiving Dell was super disappointing. I'm so unhappy. Defensively, Cole was okay. Shepard was really good. Willis was pretty poor, to be honest. Picks, quite a bit of picks. Kicking, Will Lutz missed 5 out of 23. Don't care about punters. Kick return and punt return for Chris Godwin. 18th offense somehow. Don't know how. Don't even care. I'm actually kind of like not happy. Curtis McCoy won Offensive Rookie of the Year. What is life? Rodman Cole won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm actually kind of shocked by all of that. Those 2 award wins are actually really shocking to me. So Dell, not a whole lot of XP. McCoy only 15K, even though he won an award. Defensively, Cole's actually looking great. So is Shepard. Gardner got a bunch of XP. So yeah, maybe next year. I mean, it is going to be the last year, probably. Got to put air quotes, even though you didn't see it. Because maybe not. But, hey, it is what it is. So, of course, we did not make it. We did not have a all-star MVP either. There was a guy named Mac Murphy who was really good, it said, but don't know about that. Rams 49-28. Sadly, of course, we missed the playoffs at 9-7. 13 people to negotiate. Of those people, who will get a contract? Rayner, this is a fantasy, so this is a fantasy, right? But obviously, you guys know the drill. For the most part, these guys will hit free agency. They're just not worth the money. I'll give Lamar Lewis a contract because he usually does ask for very little, so it's all right with me. So in free agency, there's a lot of running backs. We don't need one, though, because McCoy actually got quite a bit of XPs in 84. One of the best backup rookies we've had. Usually they're just nobodies, but somehow he was able to get MVP. DT, another position we don't need. Tight end, we have OJ Howard, who's really not... Ooh! It's actually kind of cheap, though. They're offering Frank Clark like the entire house, basically. So Delaney, we got 61 points. 93 overall. I think he'll just play backup for us, though. I think it's worth it. So we went from an A- to a B+. At least we have a good core. Do we have, actually, a full starting lineup? Oh, we don't, actually. We have Incognito, who probably retired on us. So offensive line, maybe tight end, because OJ Howard really isn't developing well. But then again, what does that mean? That means everyone else isn't going to either. Yeah, honestly, it might just come down to me. Like, we should just trade for better positions. I don't really see anything else we can do. You know, once you already have those young stars in place, they just have to develop. Could go with a first-round lineman. This Todd Krenzel is actually insanely good. A 3-4 run stuffer. Run stopper anyways. A 7.4 grade is pretty rare for these types of guys. So that guy is actually kind of good because he is a really good player, to be fair. But I think lineman is easily obtained elsewhere anyways. Let's go to the Cowboys at number 5. They're actually getting quite a bit. Yeah, they were able to snag Scroggins over the Browns for a 3rd and like a 5th, I think it was. Super steal for them. Let's go Raiders next year. Apparently it's a good pick. I don't know if it really is. Tell me Krenzel's still there. And Krenzel goes to the Bengals at 6. That's cool. Mid first is apparently top 6. That's what we call the mid round, huh? That's what the mid round is of the first round. We'll take in Birch. 80 overall normal dev, an amazing talent. Probably one of the best players in this draft. Leland Lowe is actually there still, and he's really good, but obviously we're far past the need of running back. Van Webster, 70 overall normal, very good player, really fast too. Jordan Atwater, normal dev, 77 overall, another amazing lineman. Not really much of a reach, but late 6th round, surprisingly really good. 78 overall, quick dev. A bit better than I thought he was going to be, but let's go down. We probably have more picks that we can take. So, of course, our draft really wasn't that bad. We ended up with Birch, who's amazing. Webster, who's really amazing. Atwater, who's all right. Campbell, who's really good. And Gaines, who doesn't matter. Left tackle, Krenzel. Normal dev, very similar to the guy we got. So, actually really not that mad about it. And then Nolan from the Bears. Normal dev, very fast. Great player, but don't need him. Because if you look at after the upgrades, team's looking pretty good. Birch is an 84 overall at DT already. You can see that. And did we grab any other players that could start? Like Campbell's decent. Should he start, though? I don't know. Offensive lineman Webster starts probably. I say probably because you could still make trades. But yeah, I mean, this seems to be a team that can make the playoffs. So this is the team of the third season. I think this is what we're going to rock with. Dell at number 2, Godwin at number 3. Either way, Dell and Godwin, either one upgrades. Doesn't matter to me. I like them both. Winston, 88 overall. It hurts me that he's still a quick dev. That's what destroys me. His deep accuracy is terrible because it's too expensive to upgrade. Delaney, one more time you overpass him, and I will kill myself. Safety play is great. Actually, DBs are just great. Defense is amazing, actually. Just straight up defense is solid. Willis did a pretty damn good job of upgrading. Cole had a really good season. And, I mean, I think we're ready for some spaghetti. Let's take a first look if Campbell's really good on the outside. If he's like an 82 or an 84, he might start over Alexander, actually. And he's not, so not really worried about that, actually. So, yeah, let's go on to hopefully win on the season. We trade a 5th round this year, a 1st round this year, and Aldridge for the Bears' 1st round pick. And now we trade our 1st round pick, a 6th round, and Gilmore for the Browns' 1st round pick. Potential last season, gotta go for the last playoff. So we have some re-signings, Zeke Elliott being one of them, Rodney Hudson, Carl Joseph, Vernon Hargraves. Like I said, I knew that was going to happen. That's all right. We have tons of money, I would assume. And that is the case. So 6 years for the Zekester. Rodney Hudson probably will get a contract, but we'll wait on him. Obviously, we're going to save a little bit of money at the end of the season. Carl Joseph, I'd actually lock him up for a 7-year. I know he wouldn't take it in real life probably, but this isn't realism. No matter what, we're going to have Hargraves as a backup, so it's worth the 3-year deal. And honestly, from there, we just wait to the playoffs. Let's see if we are in. I'd actually be really shocked this time. Not going to lie, we were doing pretty damn well. And 12-4, but not really. That really blows because, I mean, that's a bye week, probably. More than likely, I would assume. Team schedule. I mean, we still had a great season, so I can't be really mad at that. Lost to the Falcons, lost to the Jags, lost to the Saints, lost to the Niners. So, yeah, 4-2 in the division. I mean, it's okay, but MVP Rodgers again, I believe. Well, not again, but how many times I've seen it. 4,300 yards, 40 touchdowns, 17 picks. Not bad. Zeke Elliott, 1,500 yards, 4.6 per, with 11 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving, Evans and Godwin did well. Albert Dell, sadly, was kind of iffy. Offensive line played okay, or pretty well, actually. Defensive line, still not getting that pressure. Birch gotten the most sacks on the team. I don't know why the DTs always get the most. DBs did actually really well. Lutz only missed 4 out of 21 kicks. Punts, 47 per. Lauderdale with a kick return. No punt returns on the team. 10th offensive rank with the defense rank of 18. Okay, I don't know how that's possible. Do we have any awards? Offensive award. I didn't even think we had anyone on the list. Defensive award. Birch at number 2 to Scroggins. That sucks. That's actually really impressive, though, because we all know that the defensive line almost never wins it. It's always the middle linebackers. So it's actually not bad. Didn't win any awards, but we did have a great season, so some people should have some XP. Somehow Dell has more XP than Godwin. I don't know. Webster, there you go. 1 year in, he's already the best lineman on the team. That's ironic. Defensively, Birch did have a lot of XP anyways. So we have some XP to use and abuse. I don't even know what that means. Lauderdale must have made the Pro Bowl because he's actually got like 30-some K XP. Not bad, actually. We finally have a decent backup here. He's all in the 80s pretty much. 76 overall. That's not bad. Probably not going to get a contract from us now, but at least we set him up for the future. Now, I would debate that this is a championship roster. We're a little mid-tier, but we're above average. We're above average, especially in the offensive line. It's kind of like really impressive. I like when you have youngsters that have super beastie ratings. O.J. Howard, once again, really disappointing upgrade. He's only an 85 overall at this point. Don't even know if he has superstar dev. Carl Joseph, wish he went up a little bit higher, but still, he's good enough. 87. Gardner's a 92. DT Birch at number 2, I think is perfectly fine. They're both going to play the same amount anyways. Cole, and Willis make for a good tandem overall-wise, but skill-wise, they're not that great. They both have like 90 in one of the moves to get towards the quarterback, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. 94 to the 88 overall Super Bowl champion LA Rams. That's interesting. So obviously a very big game, first playoff game of the rebuild, and we're going against the Super Bowl champions. So a little bit of a twofer there. Somehow our roster just can't get it down the field. 7-10. And start of the third quarter, we're down by 10. That's great. Oh, I'm so happy for us. 14-24. I mean, we have a chance. We're getting down the field a little bit here. Come on, Winston and company. There you go. Down by 3. You could pull this off. 13-3. We give up 15 yards to Cooper Kupp. Nice. Good job, defense. And there's a score. That's going to be game more than likely. Come on. 4th-4. Misses the field goal. Wow. Literally nothing can go right on this team. I'll do one more season after this, but that is it. Don't know what it is with the Buccaneers, but they just can't win. They don't know how to win the game. Like, the Buccaneers are by far my biggest failed rebuild team, without a doubt. So I really don't know what it is, but it is what it is. Go on for another year. Gonna slap this one on the reload list, probably. 97-0, 99D loses to the Rams. Which, I mean, it definitely proves that there's like a projection sim. The sim probably goes, oh, well, the Buccaneers didn't do nearly as well as the Rams did in real life, so clearly they're not going to do well in sim. See how much he wants. He was like a 3-year 23. He's exactly the same. Rashad Lauderdale, he got quick dev, and he's a decent over. He's actually not asking for a whole lot. I'm gonna give him the deal. Normally I wouldn't, but that's actually a really fair deal for us. We should find someone even better. Tyreek Hill is definitely better. They let Carson Wentz hit free agency, huh? Carson Wentz. Rodney Hudson is getting a deal because he is the best offensive lineman in there. And he's getting lowballed, so there we go. Save a little bit of money. Still land our player back. It all worked out in the end. There's actually some guys here that normally wouldn't be as high overall as in other sims. I don't know if that's just what we value, but yeah, I'm not too mad with it. I think there should have been a couple of bigger names, but maybe it's just I'm getting used to some of the guys. Oh, Gerald Hawkins. Used to seeing some of the names like Deion Jones and whatnot. EA, don't joke with me. Hudson rejected an 88-point offer with a good team to join a 75-point team? I don't think so, okay? Okay, maybe we actually will draft one of the linemen. Max Larson looking pretty damn good over here. But other than that, I don't see anything. So I'm blind. Ooh, Patrick Carricker, very solid player. We'll draft him, but probably won't use him. That's what we do, waste players' talent. Hudson leaves us. It's going to be so awesome because we're going to win a ring here. The pick we need is a late first or mid first, technically. What is this, 2021? No, it's 2020, you bastards. There you go, number 19, perfect. Don't know why there's no value in the draft trading down unless you're top 3. Makes no sense, but Max Larson. Yeah, Max Larson, good lineman. Normal dev and another amazing player, 80 overall. Are we guaranteed to start him? I don't know. You're going to get like a 3rd round now instead. What you deserve. You did it to yourselves. Hunter Henry is now ours. Rhodes is there. He's a late 3rd. We'll take him now. Quick dev. If he was a higher overall, he'd probably start over Quan, but gonna go with what we have now. Take a quick look at our draft recap. We selected 3 players. I let the AI choose this one. Gross. Should not let the AI choose anything. We still have OJ Howard, so we might trade him for a top-tier lineman. Don't really know what else we can get for him. OJ Howard is definitely not going to start. What is Hunter Henry looking like? Quick dab, 95 run block. Put him on the damn offensive line. What's his strength? I actually don't know where his strength is. 75 strength. Ranked as the number 6 tight end, but of course technically the best tight end in the league. To be fair, we do get to save on paying OJ, so it's, I mean, either way. Someone's going to get paid, and it's going to be someone. That's all I have to say. There you go. Reuben Foster. This isn't what I wanted to do, though. I really didn't want to trade Levante. I wanted to have an insane core, but at the same time, that is the best move because Levante's getting old as hell. Zach Martin probably got paid by them, so Cowboys land a huge steal, and I'm talking huge. So for our final season, this is what the roster looks like. Receiving core is on point. Hunter Henry, of course, a huge upgrade at tight end. Offensive line actually got upgraded quite a bit. Defensively, clearly still an amazing defensive talent. Across the board, 90 on the D-line. Linebacker core averaging about at a 90-something, 91, 92-ish, technically. Well, about 90, 91. Cornerbacks, still amazing. Really haven't upgraded, though. That's the thing. Our corners haven't really upgraded themselves, but they're still just going strong. Specialists, Lauderdale, of course. And that's about it. Made the playoffs last time. Lost first game to the Rams because Will Lutz missed. Defense was terrible even though they're 99. So, of course, set season goal. Here it is. Make the playoffs. Have some re-signings. We'll get to that in a moment. We'll actually get to that right now. Reuben Foster. Darius Slay wants a 1 year. Okay, so this is tough. Luckily, Godwin still only has quick, so he probably won't want as much. Beckwith. We changed Beckwith's position just now. I might actually have to let him go because if we did that. Reuben Foster. Look at Reuben Foster, 6 years, 44 point. Kendall Beckwith, 1 extra year, wants like an extra 40 mil. What is life, you know? So Reuben Foster clearly gets the deal. Be on the team for, maybe not. Maybe won't be on the team forever. So put him back at middle linebacker. That's where he was playing for us forever. I'm not going to screw myself here. Darius Slay automatically gets a contract. We'll sign him to a 2-year deal, actually. Glad we got the deal done. Reuben Foster gets a deal as well. I'd prefer to drop it to a 5-year. All because I dropped it to 5-year. He's not happy. Jordan Willis, a steal of a century. Stats really aren't that great, but he does have superstar dev, so that's all that matters to me. Money is going away, but we already signed Winston, so we're actually looking all right. Reuben Foster is such a little sad bastard, though. Taking all the damn money off this team like it's nobody's business. Oh, I'm so happy. Going to the playoffs, we were looking strong, should finish strong because we have the best team in the league. So if we lose right away in the playoffs, I'm just going to be not a happy person. So we built a damn good team. And a lot was through the draft. Should have a bye week. There we go. Jameis MVP. Finally, the season we've been waiting for. 13-3. No Falcons to worry about because they lost all their team in free agency. Stats. Jameis Winston over 5,000 yards. 51 touchdowns, 11 picks. Didn't change the scheme at all last year either. But I will say, Hunter Henry appears to have done a lot for this team as Elliott almost reached 2,000 yards with 18 touchdowns. Hunter Henry is still great in the receiving game as well. Dell had an amazing year, career year. Mike Evans had a great year as well. Lots of touchdowns for everybody. Offensive line was amazing. Defense, probably still no pass rush. Literally the only reason why Rodman, Cole, and Willis get XP is because they're on the training crap every year. Kicking, Will Lutz didn't have to kick as much, proving how good we were. Maxie Horn, kick return touchdown, and Lauderdale with a punt return touchdown. Offensive yardage from number 10 to number 1. Defense, number 18 to number 7. Winston, number 1. Elliott, number 3. It's pretty impressive stuff. NFC side, Winston, Elliott, Defensive Player of the Year, Foster at number 3. What else do we have? So no offensive or defensive rookie of the years. Best QB, best running back, wide receiver number 4 and 7. O-linemen, Zach Martin, Webster, Gonzalez, Marpet, and Mons all made it on the list. D linebackers, no. DBs, no. Kickers, no. But still should be an amazing XP season. Going on to our first matchup, who will be the Saints, division rivals. XP totals, Dell has a ton, Godwin has none. Offensive line has a bunch as well. Defensively, pretty much nothing as well. Don't know why Beckwith isn't the starter there, but okay. Let's take a look at this team now. 95 left tackle, 99 left guard, 91 center, 99 right guard, 98 right tackle, 98 tight end, 99, 98 at wide receiver, 96, 99 there. Defense, Willis, not really that great. Cole did go up quite a bit. Slay and Amos didn't really move. Carl Joseph and Gardner really didn't move. Linebackers. So defense really didn't upgrade too much, but the offense, tremendous. The best offense by far in the league. 95, to be fair, they are a 93, even though after upgrades, we're probably like a 97 or something like that. If we even get to see it, because we might go out with such an amazing team and still be winless in the playoffs, which would be technically a failed rebuild, but obviously this team is insane. We pretty much paid everybody. Don't really know how many more players would really need a contract anytime soon. So I really don't know. You know, we kind of stole Winston. It would definitely be an amazing team. You know, we usually do use the teams that are really solid, and this one is one. So we'll give it a couple of shots here on offense. Obviously not defense. I ain't touching that. And Lauderdale really doesn't feel elusive at all. Like, he can run fast, but he doesn't feel like he can move too well. It's pretty important, apparently, that Lauderdale is good, because apparently we think we have the... Oh, my God, Mike Evans got raped. I think we have the greatest wide receiver core of all time. Best receiving core ever assembled, I would say. Elliott, number 33. Dell catches it. Legend. Maybe not. Winston is actually rather fast. Dell's a solid player, though. Dell wide open. Perfect throw. Dell is fast. Almost took it all the way. If I was a little... I mean, it was a tough line to run, but if I was a little bit more... You know, accurate on the run there. Might have been a score either way. We're going to let the AI take over. Probably turn the ball over there. Okay, let's go next quarter if we can. 7-0. Defense locks up. 14-0. Defense is holding them, but they still score 3. Start of the second quarter, we are up 21-3. 28-3. 28-10. Start of the third. And we score 38-10, 38-17. I mean, we did build, like, the best team I've ever built, probably. 41-17. They put up a little bit of a fight. And at the end, they did pretty well. 44-30. Kind of let them have it at the end, so I'm not really too worried about it. Winston, the MVP, played like an MVP. Elliott, third-rank MVP, played like a third-rank MVP. Team was just great in general. Moving on to the next game, which will already be the championship game. I love me a bye week. Seahawks at 12-4. Okay. 95, really? Our special teams must really suck, because this is much better than a 95. 96 minimum. I would have thought at least 97. Start of the fourth quarter, we'll slow sim, because it's not as, you know, sure set. Although that is a very big dagger that we have sliced into them. Even though you don't slice with a dagger, you stab. Don't know why I know all these things. And 4th and 1. From the 40-yard line, I'd probably kick the field goal. I don't know why they would have punted it the way they're struggling. And we end at the 2-yard line. But more importantly, we move on to the Super Bowl. I don't know why it said Seahawks 16-0, we believe, because it's physically impossible. Okay. Winston didn't throw a pick again. Not really MVP-like, but still he didn't throw a pick. Elliott, of course, will make the thumbnail because he's been so damn consistent. He's not had a bad season. I know Winston hasn't technically either, but he has not played as well as Elliott, but obviously Winston probably makes the thumbnail as well. So, wildcard Jets won by 8. Where they won by 2. Won by, what is that, 17? It's a pretty big score they put up last game, so the Jets, who are an 86 overall to our 95. I mean, I'm never super confident. Well, not never, but usually not super confident. But I would actually say we might hit 60 points in this game. The Jets are up 6-0. 7-6 for us. And just like that, anything happens. We are up by 8. Start of the fourth quarter, almost. Yeah, we're going to win in a Super Bowl, not another one. Only one Super Bowl. You know, clutch try by the Jets here. You know, they showed heart. but they were just completely outplayed. The team is just, I mean, we should have played even better than that, to be honest, but I mean, even on a bad day, we put up 31, so there's really not much any team could really do against this roster. And it's a win, so I'm happy about that if you're happy about it, and even if you're not happy about it, I'm still happy about it. Good roster. Was filled with quite a bit of rookies. You know, normally in the fantasies, you see like almost like 90% of them being like non-real players or non-trade, you know, all traded for players, non-real life players anyways. Who was the MVP of this one? I would say Elliott probably wins it just off of guesswork, and it was actually Elliott. So yeah, I almost said actually. I said actually because I was like, wait, he's number 33. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, our least successful team becomes a great success in a great story for Tampa, who is back in the Super Bowl and wins it with a mix of players who started here, started from the bottom. Now they're here. And we win. Beckwith kind of moved around quite a bit. He was a huge part for us. But, of course, the middle linebacker gets on the board. Reuben Foster. Doesn't look anything like him, in my opinion. But, hey, Super Bowl win is all that I give a damn about. Winston did not throw a pick in the playoffs. That's what I'm talking about. Elliott was super clutch. Really should have changed his number as soon as I saw that it wasn't 21. But, hey, it is what it is. And we take down the ever-mighty Jets for a Super Bowl win. Back-to-back rebuilds where, or rebuild/reloads where Super Bowl team opponent is a wild one. And of course, 99 across. Amazing squad. Like I said, one of the best we've ever had. Really good team. Wish Godwin would have done a little bit better. Just a little bit better. He's still a good player, but technically 4 years in, I would have wanted a little bit more out of him. But the big importance is how insane the offensive line is. Zach Martin would not be able to afford to keep him much longer. Marpet kind of the same deal, but overall a great squad and happy for the win. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like if you're new. I don't know what that even means. Subscribe if you're new. Like if you liked it. Whatever. Thanks for watching. So might have said that a few times, but I truly mean it. Hope you guys come back for next video. Remember, probably not remember, but if you like, 500 likes would be cool for our special little video on Thursday for our rebuild. But yeah, hope you come back for next video. Until next video, see